Hey everybody, Dave here, Wags Automotive. And I got a little bit of a different thing here to do tonight. So I'm kind of dressed up a little bit. So first of all, I need to thank you guys, my viewers. I was hoping to hit 3,000 subscribers by Christmas. I didn't quite make it, but I put a video of my new acquisition, my 77 drag car, Vega drag car that I acquired on Christmas Eve. And thanks to you guys, again, my viewers, that video now has about 50,000 views. And I'm very shocked by that. But I want to say thank you for getting me to 3,000 subscribers. And I also want to say thank you to you viewers for giving me 50,000 views of my latest acquisition. I'm very shocked that you guys are doing that, but I'm glad you enjoyed the video. It's awesome to me. I'm kind of overwhelmed by it. I've been trying to answer all your questions. I'm a one-man show here. You know, I've had people talk to me about, you know, my video quality and all that. Well, you know, I'm doing this by myself. So I got my little S10 here that I've been working on for Bo, and I'm going to keep working on that. But I wanted to make this video tonight to be something different, because I need to ask you guys to do a few things for me, if you would. I'm glad you like the video of my Vega. It's a really cool car. And first off, let me say right off the bat, I'm getting some haters out there that are saying things, you know, to me about my car, my Vega, my 540 cubic inch, 1,000 horsepower Vega that runs on methanol. And they're saying, you know, you don't know what you're doing, and you know, it's a methanol car, you need to understand this and that and the other. And then I got other guys saying, well, if you're going to do it, if you're going to run the car, we want to see you run the car. But here's the things you need to do in order to run it. Well, I'll be the first one to admit on this video, I don't know anything about that car. I've never owned a methanol drag car that's capable of a 7-second, 170 mile an hour quarter mile. I wasn't expecting to own one until, you know, out of the blue, 3 weeks ago, I get this email from or message from a guy on Facebook, because I had the cars were for sale on Facebook. I get a message from a guy saying, hey, would you be interested in trading me a Vega race car for your Cosworth? And, you know, my first thought was, well, he's probably got a piece of crap. You know, I doubt I'm going to do it, but, you know, hey, show me what you got. And he started sending me these pictures and videos of it racing and started telling me about the car. And I was very shocked by how nice the car was and everything he said about it. You know, I've had people ask me, well, what's in the car? What's, you know, what do you know about it? Well, I don't know a lot about it, because when I went to pick the car up, the car wouldn't start. You saw the video there. We tried to start it and it wouldn't start. And unfortunately, I think that was intentional, because I found out some other things about the car since I got it. I found out that it sat for probably 2 or 3 years. It sat so long the tires went flat on it, and now they have wrinkles in the sidewalls of the tires. So in order to even race it, I'm going to have to buy 4 new tires for it, and they're not cheap. I mean, the back tires are like $400 or $500 a piece. And that's probably one reason why it was so hard at starting, because the carburetor was messed up. And, you know, I'm learning this, okay? I'll be the first to admit, I don't know anything about methanol drag cars, especially one that's got a mountain motor, you know, 540 cubic inches and over 900 horsepower. I don't know anything about it. And yeah, I probably shouldn't, knowing what I know now, I probably shouldn't have tried to start it when I did. I probably should have left it alone, did a little bit of research, and then tried to start it later on. But the day that I started it, I had some help that day, and I was not alone. And I wanted to try to get it started that day so I could, you know, make a video of it and have some help doing that. I don't have a lot of help. You know, where I live at BFM, there's not a lot of people there. So I spent a lot of time doing things by myself. But anyhow, I have a lot to learn about that car. Now, hold on a second. Let me show you guys a couple things. Okay, let me show you. Hold on. I'll be back in just a second. Still there? All right. Okay, let me show you. First of all, I had comments on the carburetor. How, oh, look, it's dumping methanol all over me. Awesome. I thought it was empty. Yeah, no, it's not. I just dumped methanol on my leg. Great. I had a lot of comments on the carburetor, how the floats are sticking and this and that and the other. Well, here's the carburetor. I've taken it off the car, and I'm going to send it out to having it professionally rebuilt, because I agree with you guys. I know enough about Holley carburetors. I've never worked on a methanol carburetor. I could probably rebuild this myself, because I've rebuilt dozens of Holley carburetors in my life. But I would rather send it out and have it professionally done, because I've been told, and my research is my understanding, that the motor in that car, to build that motor, would be about $25,000. Well, the last thing I want to do is damage a $25,000 motor, because the carburetor's not right. So this is the carburetor. It's off the car. I will send that out and have it professionally rebuilt. Okay, that's the first thing I wanted to show you. And now, I've had a lot of people that have asked me, you know, what do you know about the car? What can you tell us about the car? Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you a lot, but I'll show you the messages that I have from the guy that I purchased the car from. Let me find them here. Where's that? There it is. Okay. All right, here's what I know. Now, I'm going to show you guys this so that you can see it and you'll know what I know, okay? I'm going to make sure you can see this, all right? There we go. So, all round tube chassis, Vega certified at 750. He told me the car was certified at 750. The certification on it has expired, but it was certified. Now, if you guys know, if it's certified, do they put a sticker somewhere inside the car? You know, I asked him to show me that, and he didn't show me. He forgot to show me, or we got to talk about other stuff, and he never showed me. I also asked him for time slips from when he raced it. He said he didn't have any. Well, okay, so I just have to believe what he told me. But it's all round tube chassis, Vega, certified to 750. The certification is expired. I got to get it recertified. All right, K&R wiring relay and something board switch panel. Part of this is missing. I can't read it over here. Something board switch panel, delay box, MSD 7AL3, black box, 9-inch Moser center section and axles, billet specialty wheels, very clean car, yes, we know that, 540 cubic inch big block, Merlin 3 block, Eagle internals, J&E pistons, Dart 345S heads, Merlin X intake, Pro Systems alcohol carburetor, Reed case glide with something, I don't know, P something brake, 180 straight cut gears, I'm assuming, 8-inch quick draw converter. Okay, that's what I know about the car. That's really all I know about it, because after I got the car home, he told me, he said, well, you're probably going to have a million questions about this car because you've never owned one before, and you probably have a million questions about it. So, you know, send me questions and I'll answer them. Well, I started asking questions about it, and I asked him, well, before I ever bought the car, he told me he had a dyno sheet on it. When I got up there to do the trade, I asked him for the dyno sheet. He said he couldn't find it. So, I don't know. But he also told me the car, I asked him, you know, when was the car last started? He told me it was started 8 weeks ago. Okay, so 8 weeks ago is 2 months. So, when I was cranking on the car for a long time in that video of me trying to start it, I kept thinking, the car's going to start, the car's going to start. Because he told me it was 8 weeks before that he'd had it running. And he told me there's fuel in the tank, there's, you know, the car runs. Well, I didn't check when I was there at his shop, and of course the battery was dead, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to start anyhow unless I jump started it. And I didn't check the fuel tank, and I should have, but number one, he told me the fuel tank had fuel in it and did not. Number two, when I took the cover off the fuel tank, took the D'Souza fasteners off and pulled the cover off, there was actually pieces of like walnuts and pecans and stuff like that crumpled up all around the opening for the, you know, you pour the fuel in, the fuel opening. I had to actually get a vacuum cleaner and vacuum all that stuff off of the fuel door opening before I could even open it up and check the tank. Well, the tank had like maybe 2 cups of fuel in the bottom of it, and it didn't look very clean to me. So I took paper towels and I stuck them down inside the tank with my hand, and I cleaned all that old methanol out of there, and then I filled it up with new methanol after I'd vacuumed up all the, you know, pecan shells or whatever they were. And when I questioned him about that, I said, did this car like sit in a barn or in a garage or in an open building somewhere? Because there's like evidence of animals living inside of this car. And he said no, but I've been around cars that are barn finds. You've seen my videos being around barn find cars. I know what they look like. And I'm pretty sure this car sat out in an open area in a barn or a shop that wasn't secure at some point in its life. He claimed it sat in the building that he pushed it out of to put on my trailer when I revealed it to you guys. He claimed it had been in that building the whole time he owned it. But I have to call bullshit on that. I don't think it did. I think it probably sat somewhere else. And when he found out that I would be willing to make the trade with him, or at least consider it, and of course he wanted to pay someone else to deliver the car to me, and I was going to have to pay to have the car, or he was going to have my car picked up, and I was going to have to pay to have my car delivered, the 77 Vega delivered. I told him, I said, look, I'll just come up there, tell me where you live, because he lived like 5 hours away, 4 hours away from me. I said, I'll come up there, I'll bring my car up there on a trailer. You look my car over, I'll look your car over. If we agree, I'll unload my car, I'll load your car up, and we'll go. And so when I got there, I was assuming a lot of things, and I made mistakes because I was excited about the car when I first saw it. It was a beautiful car. You guys have seen the pictures of it, the videos of it. It's a gorgeous car, and I expected it to, I just believed everything he told me, and I kind of let the glint of the sparkly, chrome and pretty stuff get in my eye, and I kind of lost track of my mind, and I did the trade. Well, I've had people say, well, you got a good deal, I think you got a great deal. I've had other people say you should have never traded your car for that car. Well, maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have, but the bottom line is I had that Cosworth for sale for almost 2 years, and I never had anybody offer me anywhere close to what I wanted for it, and I had dropped the price down almost a third of my starting price before this guy offered to make me a trade. So when he offered to make me a trade, and I started researching his car and realizing how much it would cost, and you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. I don't know. But the guy, from what I know about the car and from the research I've done, if I were to go to a chassis builder and I were to have him build me a tube chassis that can be certified for 7.5 seconds, and then put a car on it, and then put the motor in it, and the Reed case power glide in it, the Moser Engineering rear axle in it. And by the way, I did turn the tire and counted the drive shaft revolutions, and it's got, I believe, a 429 gear in it. Does that make sense to you guys? He said it's set up for 1/8 a mile right now. I don't know if that's true or not. You guys tell me. I really don't know about this. So, if you're watching this video and you can give me information, that's great. I appreciate it, because I'm learning here. But anyhow, what my research revealed to me was if I were to take that car and have it built today by a professional builder, bumper to bumper, everything that's on that car now, it would cost me about $60,000, okay? That's a lot of money that I would never have. I've never even dreamed, well, I have dreamed. I started going to drag strips when I was in like 5th grade. My uncle would take us to the drag strip, and I saw Don the Snake Perdome and the Mongoose and dadgummit, what's his name? Don Garlitz, Shirley Muldowney. I saw if you guys have ever seen the Widowmaker motorcycle run, I saw it run. I saw the Little Red Wagon. If you can name a professional drag racer, I've seen them run. I mean, I've been going to drag races my whole life. That's one reason why I've lost the hearing in this ear, is because I've been around loud cars my whole life. I've owned my Chevelle that you've seen in my videos that's got a 355 with probably around 400 or 450 horsepower in it. Of course, it's nothing near what the Vega is, but I've owned that thing my whole life, and I've raced it hundreds of times because it's what I love doing. But I've always dreamed of, man, I wish I could actually do what these guys do. And yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm 60 years old. Today is December 31st, 23. Tomorrow is January 1st, 2024. Well, guess what? Tomorrow is my birthday. And when you watch this video, tomorrow will be now. So I'm going to put this video on my channel on my birthday. And so I will be 61 years old in just a couple of hours. And this is a bucket list item for me, okay? It's something I've always wanted to do, and my whole life I've wished I could do it, and I never could. But now I have the opportunity to. I actually have a car that I don't think is going to need a ton of work. It runs. It seems to be okay. It's going to need new tires. It needs a carburetor rebuilt. But the thing is I asked him, he told me he was going to give me a dyno sheet on it. He never gave me a dyno sheet. He told me he was going to give me the specs on the cam. He never gave those to me. I asked him what the compression ratio was. He told me it was 10.5 to 1. Well, you and I both know that's bullshit. There's no way that a car's going to have 940 horsepower running on methanol with a compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. To be honest with you guys, I don't think he ever raced the car. I think he acquired it from someone with the intentions of doing that. And he told me that he got cancer a couple of years ago, and he was very sick for a while, and the car sat. Well, I had a feeling that he probably, maybe it was longer than that he owned the car, and it never got raced. I don't think he's ever raced it himself. I mean, if he has, I'd be surprised, but I don't think he has. So, just from him talking to me, I don't think he knows that much about the car. He obviously doesn't know about the engine. I asked him to give me the last owner of the car. I asked him to give me the name of the engine builder. He knew none of that. And I asked him for paperwork on the engine, paperwork on the transmission, paperwork on the chassis. He claims he's got none of that. Okay, so, you know, how can you have a car that's worth that much money and not have any of this stuff? It makes no sense to me. But anyhow, the bottom line is, guys, the trade is done, okay? I signed the title of my car over to him. I gave it to him. He owns it now. If I go back to him and say I want to trade back, he's going to laugh at me. But I still, the majority of you agree that I still think I got the better end of the deal here. Because a Cosworth, I bought that Cosworth in, I think, like 99 or 2000. I've owned the car for over 20 years. I've literally put 1,000 miles on it in 20 years because it was a low mileage car. When I bought it, I only had 1,800 miles on it. I put a little over 1,000 miles on it since I bought it over 20 years ago because it's not a car that's meant to be driven. I basically just got to look at it. And after about a year and a half of owning it, I stopped driving it. And anytime I wanted to take it to show, I'd put it on the trailer. So it's not a car I can drive and enjoy. This car here, you know, I can do something with it. I can take it out and race it. You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to run a 7-second quarter mile, but I'm going to take it out and have some fun with it. So why not? You know, it's a bucket list item. Why not do it? So again, I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for that. Now, I need to ask you guys a few things from me, if you don't mind. Number one, I'm at 3,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. But I've got 50,000 views of this car so far. If you watch this video, just hit the subscribe button, please. You know, it looks better for me. It moves me up from on the food chain, so to speak, with YouTube. And you know, if you want to watch my videos, great. If you don't, well, at least subscribe, please. Hit the like button, because if I put more videos on the Vega, which I will, because I've got such a huge audience for it, yeah, I'm going to put more any videos of it on there. But I've got other things I got to do first. And where I live now in BFM, it's like, right now it's 11 o'clock at night. It's 20 degrees outside. I'm not going to go be starting that car up anytime soon. I'm going to have to wait till spring comes, probably in March, before I can do anything else with the car. So right now I'm working on other things anyhow. But there will be more videos. So, you know, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the notification button if you want, so that way you can keep abreast of my situation. Okay, so I'm asking you guys to do that for me. That's one thing I'm asking you to do. Another thing I'm asking you to do is, when you see me start putting more videos of this car on there, please continue to give me advice. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I'll be the first one to admit it. I don't know. But I am a mechanic by trade. I've built dozens of motors in my life. I've built several cars in my life. I'm building this one right now. You know, I know how to weld. I know how to build engines. I know how to, you know, put cars together, work on the suspension, the brakes, the transmission, the rear end. I know how to do all that stuff, okay? So even though this is a step from here to here for me, it's not something I can't accomplish. It's not like I can't make that leap. I just need a little bit of coaching and guidance along the way. So if you see my videos and you watch this one, you watch other ones, and you know there's something you know about the car, I'll tell you the car came from Central Illinois. There's a drag strip in Central Illinois. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know if I can find it or not. Real quick here, I can look. Let me see. Because a guy told me. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this. Sorry, I'm making you guys wait here. Let's see. I don't remember this guy's name. I think it was, hold on. Okay. Ken Jones. All right, this guy's name is Ken Jones. And he's the guy I'm going to send my carburetor to, okay? He said this car raced at the Central Illinois Dragway in Havana, Illinois. So if any of you guys out there know anybody that races at the Central Illinois Dragway in Havana, Illinois, you know, send them, forward this video to them and say, hey, do you know who used to own this car? Do you know who built the engine? You know, do you know where this car was, where the car itself, the chassis and all that was built at? Because if I can get that information, then I can go to those people and say, hey, you know, what's been done to this motor? You know, how long ago was this motor built? Because again, the guy who sold me the car, or who traded me, he said, his words to me was, the motor has about 50 passes on it since it was new. And I can tell you, I've looked down the cylinders with a scope. I can't do that now because I'm not there. I can't show that to you. But I've looked down the cylinders with a scope, and the cylinders look really good. So I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. And obviously, me cranking over and filling up the cylinders with methanol. I know what you guys are going to say. I shouldn't have done that. I diluted the oil. Yes, you're right. I have. And before I ever started again, I will drain the oil out and put new oil in it. Or actually, you know, if I can't find out any information about the engine, then what I'm probably going to end up having to do, and what I may have to do, is I may have to pull the oil pan on it and have somebody who knows, you know, who understands these engines look at it, maybe pull a couple rod caps off, a couple main caps off, check the bearings, you know, I don't know. And you know, I may have to pull the intake manifold off, because I'm assuming with it being 900 horsepower plus that it's got a solid lifter cam in it. I don't think it's a hydraulic lifter, but I don't know the specs on the cam. And I've had people say, well, you know, if you could show us the lifters, if you can get pictures of the lifters, we can tell you whether they're hydraulic or mechanical lifters or not, or solid lifters, I should say. But you know, mechanical and solid, the same thing. But anyhow, so I may have to pull the intake manifold off it. I may have to pull the oil pan off it. I may have to pull the heads off of it. I don't know, because I don't want to damage it, and I don't know what kind of condition the engine's in. So, you know, if I pull the oil pan or the intake manifold and I see anything questionable, then I'm probably going to end up pulling the heads on it too, because I want to make sure I don't damage this engine. Obviously, I don't have $25,000 to build another engine. If this car breaks, if I wreck it, I'm done, because I don't have that kind of money. And that brings me to my next point here, okay? You know, I know a lot of you guys don't know a lot about me, okay? I had a really good paying job a couple of years ago, and I had some health issues, and right now I'm retired. I'm 61 years old tomorrow, and I'm retired, and I'm on a fixed income. So I don't make the money like I used to make. I used to make really good money. I used to have a really good paying job, but you know, your life changes. You have to roll with the changes. You have to deal with it. And so because of all the interest I've had in this video, and because I really want to do this, I want to be like the grunt guy, the low man on the totem pole, so to speak, the average Joe, like a lot of you guys are. I want to be the average Joe guy that actually takes this car and at least attempts to turn a 7-second quarter mile with it, and hopefully succeeds at that. I don't know if I will or not, but I found out that, you know, I need new tires for the car. I need the carburetor rebuilt. I may need engine work done on it, because I at least probably got to pull the oil pan off and possibly the intake manifold. I got to look at everything. I got to get advice from someone who knows about these engines. And by the way, I live in south central Missouri. I live close to Springfield, Missouri, east of Springfield. So if there's anyone in that area, east of Springfield, or in Springfield itself, that is watching this, and you know these cars, you've worked around them, or you know a mechanic, an engine builder that knows them, please give me their information. You know, or please send them a link to the video and let them watch it, and maybe they can contact me, because I'm looking for help, because I don't know what I'm doing here. I admit that. So, but anyhow, I've got to buy tires. I've got to get the carburetor rebuilt. I possibly may have to have engine work done to it. I got to have the chassis recertified. I also found out that I need to have an NHRA drag racing license, which costs like $300, and I got to take classes and pass tests and actually race the car down the track within that time window from 7 to 8 seconds, because if you're less than 8 seconds, from what I understand, if you're less than 8 seconds in a quarter mile, you have to have an NHRA license in order to race at an NHRA sanctioned drag strip. They're not all, some of them are AHRA, which is American Hot Rod Association. So, and around me, a lot of them are 1/8 mile. So I may just have to get certified on an 1/8 mile strip. I don't know. And with the gear in it, the 429 gear, maybe it's, obviously I'm not going to be doing 170 miles an hour and doing 7 seconds in an 1/8 mile. It's going to be more like a 5 second, probably 140, 150 mile an hour, which is still really fast. But maybe I can cut my teeth on that, get used to the car, and then take it to a 1/4 mile and try to do a 7 second 1/4 mile with it. I don't know. Again, I'm learning all this. But I have to get a license, NHRA license. I have to get a Snell 2020 approved helmet. I have to get a fire suit. I have to get FR gloves and special shoes that protect me. Well, I understand that stuff because my last job I worked for the power company in Kansas City, and we had to wear FR clothing every day because we had the possibility of getting flash burns. So I have FR clothing, but I don't know if I can wear that at a drag strip or I have to have an actual, one-piece fire suit. I've had people tell me, you need to practice rolling out of that car, unbuckling yourself, and rolling out of that car, because if it's on fire, you need to be able to get out of that car as quick as you can. Well, God help me, I hope it's never on fire. Believe me, I have been on fire before, by the way. Just so you guys know, I literally, myself, has been on fire with methanol once in my life. I was on fire, and I got burned pretty bad. It took me months to heal from it. That was a long time ago. But, maybe I'll tell you that story someday, but I've literally been on fire with methanol, so I know it burns clear. You don't even know you're on fire until your clothes start melting to your body. So I know what it's like to be in that situation, and it sucks. But I've been told, you need to practice getting in and out of the car. I also found out that part of your NHRA license is they blindfold you, and you have to, show them where the controls are on the car. So if the car's full of smoke, you can shut the car off. You can shut the fuel pump off. You can shut the ignition off. You can, work on the car to get it shut down. Do whatever you got to do. And so I got to practice that. Another thing I know about the car is it's got a parachute in the back. It does not have wheelie bars. I've been told by a couple people it needs wheelie bars. Well, I don't know if it does or not. Maybe it does. I don't know. The guy told me, and you guys saw the few videos. Now, those videos are not me racing it. I don't know who they are racing it. I don't think they're even him racing it. I think there's someone else racing it. But he told me it launches very straight and doesn't lift. And the videos that I saw, that you guys have seen, I don't see any lifting it. I mean, the front tires may come up off the ground, an inch or so. Maybe 2 inches. Maybe 3 inches. I don't know. But not much. It's not like, 4 feet in the air. So, and the car sits real low to the ground. So I think he's probably correct with that. It's got the molding in the front that pushes the front end down. It's got the wing in the back that pushes the back end down. So I think the car probably grabs the track. As long as you've got good tracks, I think the car grabs the track and goes. I think that's probably true. So I don't know if it needs wheelie bars or not, but it does have a parachute. And I don't know what you guys think. You guys tell me again, because I don't know. At 170 mile an hour, 7 second 1/4 mile, do I need a chute? I think I do. So it's got a parachute in the back, but it does not have the cable inside the car that goes back to the back that you pull to release the chute with. And the chute, I don't even know how long it's been in that chute bag. I don't know if it's any good. I may have to buy a parachute. I'm definitely going to have to learn how to pack a parachute, because I don't know how to pack a parachute. I've never owned a car with a parachute on it. So I got to learn how to pack it. But in my opinion, if I'm going to be going a 5 second 1/8 mile or a 7 second 1/4 mile at 150 to 170 miles an hour, I want a parachute, because if my brakes fail, I want to be able to pull that thing, and hopefully the parachute will slow me down enough that I'm not going to wreck the car and destroy it, So I prefer to have a parachute. I think that's a good idea. So I got to buy the cable that goes back to it. I got to probably got to buy a new chute. I don't know. I got to have somebody look at it and tell me, So I've got a lot of expense involved with this car, and I don't know how quickly it's going to mount up. So here's what I did. Some of you guys may hear this and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Some guys may be like, oh, that's a good idea. But the bottom line is, guys, I'm just telling you this as a means for you to help me out if you want to, okay? If you don't want to, I'm not going to be offended by it. I'm sure I'm going to get negative comments about this and all this stuff. But I've set up a GoFundMe page. Actually, I didn't set it up. I don't know how to set it up. My daughter's setting it up for me. She's going to set it up for me, and I will put a link to it on the description of this video. So I'm asking you guys to go to my GoFundMe page, and I don't care if you give me $5 or $10, $50, $100. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. If you can help me a little bit to see me fulfill my dream, it would be awesome for me. It would be a life-changing experience for me to actually do this. But the bottom line is I am on a fixed income. I mean, I'm on Social Security, to tell you the truth. And it's not a lot of money. And I don't have a ton of money put away somewhere. I mean, I've got some, but, you know, I'm not rich. But the bottom line is I'm not rich. And up until a month ago, I never dreamed of even owning a $60,000, 7-second, 1,000 horsepower race car. And now I do. And it's been a dream of mine my whole life to race it. I want to do that. I want to video the whole process so you guys can see it. So you can see Joe Smo, me, just average guy, actually fulfilling a dream that maybe a lot of you have and taking a 7-second car down the strip. That would be awesome. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to sell the car because I can't afford to continue to drive the thing. But I want to get it track worthy or road worthy, however you want to say it. I want to get it track worthy. I want to make sure it's right. I want to make sure the engine's right so I don't destroy the engine. I want to make sure everything on the car is set up the way it should be. And, it's got good tires on it. It's got good brakes on it. Everything's good to go on it. So when I go down the track, I don't hurt myself or the car because once I achieve my goal, I want to sell the car. But if you guys can help me with that, if you can donate a little money to my GoFundMe page, that's great. I appreciate it. Please don't be angry with me for this. If you want to bash me, you can bash me. I've been being bashed for, I've had a lot of negative comments on the video I put on me starting it. Yeah, I started it wrong. And as soon as I put it up there, the guy's like, oh, you need to prime it with gas first. Oh, you ruined the starter. You don't know what you're doing. Well, you're right on all that. I don't know what I'm doing. And if I'd have known that I needed to prime it with gas before I started it, it probably would have started on the first or second hit. But, I'm learning those things, okay? Now I know, and I actually have another video that I'll put on here if I can. Well, I had a friend of mine make it. I didn't make it. I was sitting in the car with it running, and she was videoing it running. So if I can get her to send me a copy of that video, I'll put that on my YouTube channel. And with that video, I actually primed it with gasoline first, and it fired right up and ran great. So you guys are correct. You're teaching me how to prep a 7-second drag car to be started, and then you're teaching me the things I need to do to go down the track in 7 seconds at 170 miles an hour and come out alive and bring the car home in one piece. That's what you're teaching me. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm excited about this whole thing. It's awesome. So, I'm going to get off my horse here. But look, if you guys can help me, if you can donate to my GoFundMe page, that's great. I'm not asking you. I'm not making any demands of you guys. If you want to, fine. If you don't, fine. If you think it's a good idea, great. If you think it's a bad idea, well, everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm just trying to do this because it's a dream I've always wanted to fulfill. And if you're people that know me, and you see this video, make a comment on there. Tell people what kind of person I am. I mean, I help anybody. I will help anybody. I've helped people, that had no money. I would help them. I'd work on their cars for free. I fix things for people. I don't care. If you need my help, if you need me to work on your car and you can't pay me, well, you know what? If I can help you, I'll help you. I don't mind. And now I'm asking for some of that back. But if you know me, if you're my friend or you're my family and you see this video, make a comment on there. Tell people what kind of person I am. Tell people how truthful I'm being in this. Because literally since I was a child, I've wanted to race one of these cars. And now's my opportunity. But I'm asking for your help to do that. And I'm asking you for one more thing. If you like my videos, if you like the videos about the Vega, share them with other people. Copy the links. Send it to your friends. Send it to your family. Send it to other drag race guys. I want it to get out there. I want it to come back to me. I need to get views. I need to build my channel up. And the more views I get, obviously my channel's monetized. I've got enough viewers for that. So I'm gonna make a little bit of money off that. That's gonna help me. So the money I make off that I can put towards the car. But share the love. Send your friends and family and people, fellow drag racers, fellow hot rodders, whatever you want to call them. Send them a link to the video and say, hey, watch this video. This guy's pretty cool. And I don't know, maybe you think I'm cool, maybe you think I'm crazy. Some people think I am cool, some people think I'm crazy. So, I'm probably a little bit of both. I mean, I'm 61 years old in an hour, and I'm gonna, sometime in the next year, I'm gonna drive a 1,000 horsepower Vega down a 7-second quarter mile, having never done it in my life before. I hope it turns out great in the end. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see it together, right? You and me, we're gonna see it together. So, if you can help me out, great. If you can donate to my GoFundMe page, I appreciate it. I'll put the link in the description below when I get the link from my daughter, and I'll put this video on there. And today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So if you're watching this video, maybe you can send me a birthday present. You know, a little bit of money for my birthday. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys. I'm really blown away by the fact that you love this Vega. It's just funny because you just never know when you put a video on YouTube. You just never know when it's going to go viral. And I don't know what that means. I don't even know what it means for a video to go viral. My video has 50,000 views. Is that viral? I don't know. Is 1 million views viral? I don't know. You know, hey, give me 1 million views. That's great. I love it. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you. You know, I'm just a little guy trying to do things. You know, a lot of my videos, if you watch them, I try to give you tips. I try to give you pointers on what I know. And so, because I'm trying to teach you guys to be better at what you do if you're working on cars. So if I have tips, then I'll give them to you. And if I can help you in some way, then I do. Now I'm asking you to give some of that back to me, okay? That's all I'm asking. If you can, fine. If you can't, I understand it. It's tough times right now for everybody. It's tough. The economy's tough. The world's tough. And I'm not even going to get into politics just because that's just not a subject I want to talk about. You know, everybody's got their own political views, and that's fine. But if you can help me, great. I really would appreciate it. If you can't, then I can respect that. But again, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I appreciate you watching for this one. And I appreciate any help you can give me. Please keep giving me advice on this car. I need help, okay? I'm admitting that. Please help me with this car. You know, put me in touch with people you know that live in South Central Missouri that can help me. I'd love to. I'll put the car in a trailer and drive it to somebody's shop if I have to. I don't care. I'll do whatever I got to do to get this car right because I want to prove that an average Joe like me, who's just I guess a shade tree mechanic. I mean, I've been a professional mechanic several times in my life. I've been a professional welder. You know, I worked for an electric company for several years. You know, I've done a lot of things in my life. But now I'm retired, so I guess you'd call me a shade tree mechanic or just an average Joe. If I can do it, if you can help me do that, achieve that goal, then that's going to be a big win for YouTube and for anybody else out there who's dreaming about doing this. You know. But again, I appreciate it. I'm going to stop talking. I've been rambling too much. But anyhow, thanks again, guys, for watching my videos. Thank you for 50,000 views. Thank you for 3,000 subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell. And please like my videos. Please comment, whether it's good or bad. I can take it. I got broad shoulders. I don't mind your negative comments. It's fine. I love them. Keep it coming. Show me the love. And help me out if you can. All right, guys? I appreciate it. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope 2024 is better than 2023 was. I hope we go in the right direction with our economy and our nation. Thank you, all the veterans, for your service. I have kids that are veterans. I appreciate all you guys. So a late Merry Christmas to you. A Happy New Year to you. Happy birthday to me. And if you can help me, I appreciate it. All right, guys? Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.